Hey, hello, and good evening to all of you, whenever, wherever you are, whether you're watching this together with me right now or later watching a restream, it's fine. It's good to be here again. So yeah, after a couple of weeks of hiatus, I got a couple surgery done, so now I'm back. Hopefully, also trying to make this schedule a little bit more fit later and make it more content. So for now, I'm trying to just put basically every Tuesday as my session, and we'll see from there if we can actually do this or no. But yeah, here we are again. Okay, so a little bit brief about the story of why I'm doing this again. So basically, I'm continuing my long lost journey. Well, it's a journal, a visual journal of some kind. So basically, I always draw a lot of historical inspired contents. When it comes to Viking age, the Grand Viking age, and then the Bronze Viking age, actually, prior to that. And that one is actually piqued my interest. So yeah, by doing that visual journal, basically I'm trying to recreate some of those, living artifacts in my own style. Trying to redraw them from inspiration and also from examples, historical examples, museum sites, stuff like that. So hopefully at least this journey will be educational, at least for me, myself. So yeah, so as you can see here, so I currently create this guy, and then maybe this guy can be one of the character that I can use for my project. Maybe it can be a character for a game, or just a random character for storybooks and stuff like that. But definitely, so found out that guy, I asked for inputs for what kind of name should I use for this guy back in my LinkedIn, and I got a lot of inputs that actually really cool. And I got a lot of inputs also from the Twitter about who should I name this guy, but I haven't come to a conclusion yet about who should I name this guy. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, today I'm going to continue doing some stuff. Well, this is the reference that I get from National Museum. Hello, Kim. Thanks. Thanks for joining. But yeah, this basically my current inputs are taken from this National Museum in Denmark. So it's natmus.dk. Natmus, basically natmus.dk. I got a lot of information from there. So they also categorize all of those things nicely, neatly, which, well, I like it. At least for me, it's easy to find what I need. So their contents, they have about the people itself, and about what kind of food that actually Vikings eat, and then about their religion, their magic, their death, their rituals, and then also power and aristocracy to things expeditions, raids, tools, and many more. And I'm really sure that especially here in Scandinavia, I can find a lot of good reference from a lot of museums that's scattered around well, the area actually. So it can be from Norway, it can be from Denmark, it can be from Sweden, where I currently am right now, from Iceland. I mean, like the possibility is endless. So yeah, right now I wanna start with the tools actually. Well, in this case, it's combat related tools. So as this site stated, well, we have like a couple of like, artifacts in form of like swords, right? And then like armor wise, we have like helmets, right? And then we have those thing that the berserkers wearing, you know, those drinking cup, you know, those ritual stuff, that. And also we have like shields, you know, and then we have axes, and then we have like combat techniques that probably we can put it into action later. But right now, what actually piqued me the most is like the swords, right? So this is the Viking sword, as we say. Like the shape is unique, and then it's also strangely enough, look like those swords that the centurions, like back in in Romans day, you know, Romans age, are wearing. So it's I don't know, it's kind of cute. And these swords are known by the design of the sword itself is, they call it Ulfbert. So I know Ulf is wolf, but I don't know what Bert is. So yeah, but yeah, that's the name, Ulfbert, the sword. And they look really similar. They have like this similar contour and then like everything. So let's take let's draw some inspiration from that and from those shapes, right? So let me just copy an image here if I can. Then I'm gonna show it on screen right now. See, there we go. So this is the type of the swords that are commonly used like all around in that Grand Viking age. Like the design itself, you know, it got like a big pommel and then like really limited, you know, handguard over there, and then just basically blade all over to it. And there's like a missing spot over here, you know, like here, like you can see that. I mean, there I think it's for the wrap, right? So, and the wrap can be anything. Well, I am assuming that they're going to be putting like every other sword, like, you know, wood, like rounded wood, and or probably just like leather wrap around it to make it easy to grip, right? But most of the sword shapes are like that. So lots of guesswork over here, and I'm gonna start like probably making like some sketches from this references. So I don't know, so mostly like the sword is like this, and probably it's going to sharpen like in the end, right? I mean, this is my initial guess, because there's like a completed one also, but I mean, like it's never completed. You know, there's always like some breakage because like, well, the time. So yeah, I'm just like kind of guessing, but because it can be really fun actually for this. Maybe we can like put it like that, you know, like a machete. But I don't know, because judging from this shape, everything is like symmetrical, you know, left and right, all symmetrical. So it just makes sense if this part is also symmetrical. So yeah, that's how I, well, translate it for myself. And hopefully this will be okay. Right, so let's just imagine this thing. If we zoom in right now, I mean, like right here we have like some pommel artworks, right? You have this beautiful filigrees here, right? And then probably like some other carvings, and also probably just nothing in it, you know, just, you know, pure blank. And that would be interesting too. So we can get ourselves our first generic sword, right? So now come to the technique where I start drawing this, right? So for now, I'm just going to basically resize this. Well, I got my visual reference, so everyone that already know like you know, like drawing and everything, like visual reference is like the most easiest way you can basically boost your drawing. So right now, because everything is so symmetrical, it's safe for me also to just create like a vertical symmetry tools, right? Let's just put it here and let's start drawing. See, like everything is already there. And so yeah, I mean, like these two are available in most of the drawing packages. So I don't know if you're using Photoshop or if you're using like other drawing like Clip Studio Paints, and mostly they have it. So take advantage of it if you want to create like a symmetrical object. All right, so let's start with the pommel actually. So let's do the blank one, you know, the one that's generic. Let's zoom in a little bit here, and then yeah, just go with like that. And this is just like a standard weapon for commoner. Like I just erase some of this here, you know, and then they have like this special pommel over there, like the end of the pommel itself. And also don't forget we got depth, so you can start chipping away over there, you know, making a sense of depth and everything. There we go. Yeah, right. And then we can go down here, at least probably this much, I'd say. We have the guard, and the guard also, because it's a generic sword, I want to make it like as simple as possible. Let's just imagine like the blacksmith just doing it to be like, okay, be fast and do something. So yeah, and probably we can play with more later, but right now, I mean, we have this area here, right? Like imagine there's like a metal inside, but I need to cover it, and I will like cover it with like wood for now. So if the blacksmiths are actually putting wood in there, I want to reckon that the grip is going to be like this. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, I mean, like make it like kind of that, the shape, so you know the grip is nice, it's like really tight in your hand, and it's like good to use basically. So yeah, let's just erase all of this, and let's start giving it like a texture. Oh, because no, you want organic in here, so never mind about that. Let's skip that part because everything needs to be symmetrical now. Well, symmetry is nice and all, but you know, nothing beats randomness when it comes to like creating something. So yeah, there we go. Let's zoom it out a little bit. Now we got that, and this is like huge, right? And let's just draw some. There we go. Get this long. But again, since it's like the piece is like together, so I kind of want to imagine that this thing is like have a wide berth a little bit close to the, you know, to the edge, because they need to, I don't know, kind of connect this part. So I'm gonna make that, push it together again, give them a sense of depth, right? There we go. We got it. That's it, man. So now this is like wrapped together, so I have to take it away. So now I'm gonna turn off the symmetry, and I'm just going to take my whole sword and just cut it and put it into another layer. And I'm going to resize it like into this kind of size-ish. Right, because if we check, well, it's not that far off. it's not that far off. It's going to be like that long, and we still have some spaces over there, but I need to make it big. So estimation when it comes to like drawing. Then after that, you check, because we don't have the symmetry anymore, right? If I use that, it's going to be like off because I already like changed the size and everything. So now it's just guesswork, and this is what's good. You know, we break our symmetry. There we go. Might not be perfect, but again, like guessing, no swords are not perfect either, right? Like you like manually temper that thing and knock the living hell of a steel. So yeah. And then I kind of like the idea of, because this needs to be sharp, right? So dimensionally, this thing is like sharp on the outside and maybe kind of have like a thickness on the inside. So let's separate that. All right, I'm going to separate that by just making this divider. Let's see, like take a line from the middle, that this is like a divider for the left and the right side, and then I'm just going to start carving myself like a fake edge here. There we go. Also this side. Okay, now somehow we have the illusion of like the depth here. So, and like, you know, the inside, the inner part is going to be curved when you see it from, you know, from the front. It's going to be like, well, it has that peak over there. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming to do. And then it's time to actually add some helper. By helper, I mean like a fake shading. I mean, like, we need to create that. Now we have that. And then, of course, like maybe the light come from this side, and what you call it? When the light came from this side, it means this side is basically unlit, right? And then we create like that. Fake shadings also, like helpers. That's what I like to call them. Right, and now if you zoom out a little bit, now you can see the balance of it, you know, like, oh, it's darker over there, and we continue doing that with like the rest of our thing. But before that, let's add some of those, you know, imperfection. Let's see, I want to play with some wood texture over here, so I'm just drawing myself a make-believe wood texture here. Well, it's not perfect again. That's the whole idea, the imperfections. So there we go. Alright. Take it out a little bit and add like chips and stuff like that. Like make sure that the woods are not perfect. So yeah. Again, it's a generic sword. So yeah. Let's go. Then we don't add anything else in there. And then we'll see, oh, what do we miss? Well, I guess the depth is already okay. So I'm just like kind of pushing it more. So if we can zoom out, like things are already like, oh, okay, now they have like an okay depth to everything. Nice. So there we go. Like we got one generic of a sword, right? And this is where things are actually getting more interesting. When you concepting something like out of like object that you already have, it's really good to just, you know, evolve your design instead of like starting scratch. Well, you can start from scratch again, but to save time, to make consistency, it's always better if you can just maybe improvise from what you already have. So now we have the generic sword and we have that example. I'm just going to basically get that examples down here. I mean, like, I'm gonna delete it. I don't need it anymore. I have the sword. So yep, I'm going to move it here. And then what we can do it's actually just duplicated to the side. Well, I mean, everyone probably already know this, but I want to make it duplicate. And some swords, you know, the length and like the shape of it, it may be different. So with this sword also, let's play it like that. So I'm going to grab my marquee tool here, and I'm just going to make this sword like a little bit longer. So it's not going to be similar as the other one that we have. Now I can really start making some differences. Put all of this thing here, you know, pressing shift. Shift is your best friend when it comes to making like good lines, because I cannot make like a straight line ever. So yeah, and then like just try to push that, make it a little bit more different with the other one. So and cover your text basically. It's already like a bad breakup over there. So next, let's do some chippings. You know, this sword, like a little bit more imperfection. So I'm cutting right there. So this sword will have a wear and tear, so to say. And yeah, we got that. Wear and tear is there. And by putting the wear and tear also, well, to show like your audience that the sword is actually something that it's being used. So it's nice. It's always nice to add that kind of like small details into your artwork. Right. And well, if you work in like a fantasy genre, I mean this kind of thing exactly that will actually help with a lot of like keep the imagination rolling basically. So yeah. Alright, then let's play a little bit with the health. I'm going to make this one a little bit more, well, warrior-ish. So let's do some, again, some breakups here. Maybe it have like some rings outside. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just put some random rings over there. And because this warrior is like warrior, I'm going to add like some spike on that thing, making things a little bit orky. I know it's too fantasy, but that's the beauty of it, you know. Like you're the artist. I mean, you're the one that can make everything to your own artwork. So hey, feel free. And I like that. We don't have symmetry anymore, so I'm just going to cheat and like this, do this, you know, and like transform and just like flip it horizontally. So bam, the other stuff. Good thing about digital, right? So you can cheat your way out of everything. Now it's time to actually small my brush here. So now I can make like some artifacts in here. Maybe it's time to put that symmetry again. Let's do a vertical one and let's put it here in the middle, right? I'm gonna carve me some, I don't know, some Vikingness, if that's even a word. Well, it's not the best, but still, you know, like, tried my best there. can see here, like just by adding a little bit of, you know, imperfection and like small details, if you zoom out, I mean, you can already see that this sword is like in a different league. So yeah, now what you want. Right, and now probably what I need to do is to work with the pommel. I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna turn my symmetry off and then probably grab this sword. Sorry. Oops. Deleted something over there. Just move it a little bit down there. And let's say we have like some special hit in here, right? And we can put like some ring. Well, it's not there. I'm from the, you know, the historical reference, but well, one can only imagine. So I think this can be like a really nice addition to it. I don't know, probably he wants to attach that to a chain, or I don't know, hang it on his belt or whatnot. I only have like a scabbard, but you know, still. And to make things a little bit more similar in like style, maybe it would be good if I just throw in some random spikes in there, just to make things a little bit interesting. So yeah, just keep those imagination flowing, you know, like when it comes to like doing this kind of like weapon. Don't go too far yet from like the initial design and everything's, so because you want the silhouette, right? I mean, the silhouette is already there, it's already beautiful as is, you know, you just need to make like some kind of a modification out of it. And because this guy is, well, it's royalty and stuff, so let's wrap his handle. Up the inside. Go. A bit of a nice wrappings in there. So, yep, I think this can be workable. This can be workable, and let's see. Yep, I think that's it. I mean, that's the, well, a little bit royalty sword, but also like we have like a two different looking swords in there. So yeah. All right. So let's go on the next one. So we have that one and we have this one, and I'm going to make another, well, iterations of the sword. So hopefully like by the end we have like at least 3 different swords, right? Okay, let's grab this one and basically copy it. So I got like another duplicate of the sword, but right now I'm going to try a little bit crazy with it. So let's see. I'm going to separate this one, and I'm going to make it longer, just like that, but not also longer. I want it to be thicker, because why not, right? There we go. yeah, that's how would you play. I mean, like, still not far away from the initial silhouette, but you have like something over here, and I will put like another accessories on this one to make it like a little bit more badass, well, in a sense. So with this one, I don't think this is like smack dab in the middle, but we'll see. Let's clean it up a little bit. Maybe it's like, yeah, it should be like around here somewhere. Yep. I think it's good enough. Right, and go to the brush. I'm gonna put my symmetry tool over here and place it in the middle-ish. Do you think? Yeah, I think I got that. So yeah, it's over there. What I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna erase this one. This one also. You see there? See what I'm doing? So basically I'm erasing evidence of my previous work. And I'm going to play with like some shape that might be or might not be similar with what we have currently. Go. Now we have like another sword in the same silhouette, but with different flavor to it. So that's what we're doing. And this one is like wider, bigger, maybe used by someone that's actually chunkier. Exactly, like it's a gladiator sword. No, because like what I said in the beginning, like the whole design and everything is like so similar with those Roman swords. So that's why I think it's just fun to do it like that, and we put some chunk into it. It still can be like a one blade. I mean, like one-handed blade. I believe they call it pugio, like gladiator sword. So yeah. And the one that wears is called the pugilist. So I don't know. Let's try it. And to make like a little bit of like a fantasy flavor to it, like let's just play around with the shapes itself. I really want to add this cuts, right? Like a tooth, like a saw tooth. The sword. Why? Because it's different, that's it. Yes, we have symmetry there, so we'll see, because it will end up looking like a key for all I care, but you know, still, the flavor of fantasy is there, and I kind of like that. And also with this kind of groove, you can actually play with the depth also. See? A lot of things that you can gain just by doing this. So keep doing it, like when it comes to like concepting something later for your own work, you know, you can always do this. Try to play around with the shapes, but not stray too much from the original shape, which will help you in the long run. And fake a shade over there, so basically the deeper is going to be like a little bit darker. And there we have it. Yeah. Man, look at that sword. It's already a different beast right now. It's still the same kind of sword, but you know, the shape is different. And I think I can live with that, like in my own fantasy, like Viking swords, Viking world. Yeah, I mean, like I can imagine some like badass big dude, you know, giant beard wielding this one, dual hand. So I don't know. It just makes sense. Now, to break it off. So I will turn off my symmetry. Now let's just break it off. Give more chippings and stuff. This one is much more worn. So yeah, especially in this part. Often missed it, that guy. So let's go. I'm gonna decrease my brush size, make those breakage a little bit more obvious. Yeah, don't be afraid to like put a lot of like dents and everything like into your design. So you will know. I mean, you can always fix that thing later if you ended up doesn't like it or your client doesn't like it. But just keep pushing some small details like chippings, things like that, imperfections to your drawings or to your concept. Because imperfection that can actually give you a lot of like new things that you don't even realize at the beginning. Maybe this guy is like a bit deadly, so I'm going to add like a skull for the skull thrones. It's not the most prettiest skull, but yeah. Man, now I can start doing some fillings in here. I can do it like it symmetrically, but I didn't, so just want to try some randomness in this. Also, before I forgot, like shout out to all my students probably watching this later or maybe one day in the future. Like Game Project 3, my dudes. Almost there. You've done a great job. So far I've been looking at like really interesting examples, so yeah, so happy that you can actually make it this far. I know lots of you are like struggling and everything, but hey, this is what life's about, man. Like we struggle so later we can relax. But yeah, not gonna lie, like this Game Project 3 that we currently have at Future Games, everyone, it's so intense, like we have a couple of game projects, and then like especially for my game artist students, like they have 3 game projects, like always every year, and the third one is always the beast, it's like live and let die, something like that. So yeah, it was just really fun. It was really fun, but yeah, we'll see. I just really hope that you guys can be proud of it when you finish with it, because well, that's your handiwork. Make sure every single assets that you create over there can be your pride and joy, like into your portfolio, show off, like because I know you can. I mean, you're already great and everything. What you need is not just wake up and not be lazy and start putting those portfolios out, right? I mean, I'm not a good example when it comes to like putting out portfolios, but hey, you do you. All right. Cool. So what else should we add on this thing? Okay, gladiatorial pommel. Don't like it. I want to make it a little bit much more bloody. So yeah, there we go. This one is nasty. We can add a blade to a blade itself, so it will be fun if we can just put something sharp in that corner. Not be careful, you end up hurting yourself on this one. So yeah. hopefully in a short, I mean, in the next future, I will be like traveling down to Stockholm and like visit some students that are down there. That would be great. It's been a while. All right, cool. There we go. We got 3 swords already. And then all of them looks kind of, well, okay, I won't complain. I'm just going to adjust the size over here. Yeah. Yeah, put them smack dab in the middle. Now we got something to ponder at, right? And now this is some where I usually do like the final pass of it. When it comes to like final pass, basically just pushing more of like shadowing, like depth and stuff like that to whatever I'm drawing. Because again, when it comes to doing concept, right, or doing sketches for your concept, it doesn't necessarily have to be like perfect, beautiful renderings of it. I mean, like the visualization of it is already enough. I mean, if you get everything correct, you should be fine with as is. So just make sure whatever you drawing is actually needed by your client or at least by yourself, right? Because if it's already in that level and people can understand all of it, at least visually, it should be more than enough. And that's the goal when you start drawing concepts. So that's the message, you know, like the I'm trying to push to all of you. Like, keep concepting. I mean, like, keep doing that. Doesn't matter. You don't even have to like finish it properly. But at least the shape, language are there. You know, like some things that you probably can use in the future. You can find from your old drawings. So that's why. You know, not necessarily you have to present them in like a very good way. Well, artisty look, man. Shape is enough. I mean, the language is what counts. I mean, the message inside your visual is what counts. So if you already, you know, transfer those messages from in your visual, I think safe to say you'll be okay, right? Okay, so just a little bit of changes on the last one, I guess. So yeah, this, well, the thick sword. Maybe all I want is just add some difference in here. Let's just decrease the brush size. Yep. There we go. Got like a metal ring thingy going in there. So kinda like it. I'm gonna just erase everything here. Again, play with the fake depth. This thing, you can simply do this. If not like in your computer, you can just do this in your paper, pen and paper, pencil and paper. I mean, like, I still have those in my bag until today. So yeah. Okay, there we go. I think that should be good enough. Nice. So yeah, I'm going to basically create a layer underneath this one. Just to be on the safe side, let's just combine it. I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to merge all the layer and hide away the one that I'm not using. There we go. So now we have like a single layer canvas that we can actually work with. And then I create another layer underneath it, and we're going to try to fill it. Right? Let's go with the, what you call this thing? Magic wand tool. Let's see. Oh yeah, the magic wand tools. Okay, so select it. You know, it's also worth mentioning that when it comes to like doing sketches, at least at least, you know. Try to make your outline kind of not bleeding, you know, kind of solid, so, well, it helps. I mean, you can also like make it bleed, whatever, but I mean, in the end, just select that, it will like pain you. Like this, well, it's not perfect, but at least I can see where I'm not careful over there, so I'm just going to clean that thing up a little bit. And then I will inverse this one. There we go. And we're in the new layer. So what I'm going to do,
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because what happens is
I'm going to put color into it. Right? There we go. So what kind of color are we going to work with? Yeah, I think this color is nice. There we go. Softly color it, you know, just like a back color of everything. I mean, I'm going to color this like in what you call it, grayscale, basically. I'm not going to color this one in like a very crazy tone. Okay. Again, just adding depth into things. The reason why I'm doing this, because if we already have this kind of stuff, later it will be easy for us to create a highlight out of it, you know, because you already have like a dark undertone for everything. I'll show you in a sec. Let me just finish doing this. Okay, so we softly add colors to it, to everything. Okay, now you already have like a base tone of it. As you can see, like it darkened down everything, but we will work through that later. So next we're going to decrease the brush size. Now I'm going to carefully create like a depth to it, like more darker tones. So like in this area, for example, where the shadow might be hit, I'm just going to add those. There. Basically make the shadows more obvious on this pass. This is where we blend things. Usually I like to make things like blended, so it will be easier for me to work on stuff. So I'm just like using like a blending brush, like generic blending brush, and then just blend those places that, well, you're not necessarily needing the wasted details. So there you go. All right. Okay. So now time to work with the highlights. And how you do that is just switch to your eraser and start like basically removing away on things that, you know, don't need too much dark. So you work your way up. Be mindful where the lights come from, things like that. Right. You can really make like a really interesting rim lights over there, right? So yeah, work through it just calmly. And look at those, because we already have those dark tones in the back. That's why we can actually do things. See, we got everything, all of that depths that we need is there. So, yep. There we go. And it's time to like blend out some things. I mean, you can play around with the blending, of course, right? And then you have like a lot of selection. Starts from multiply. I love multiply so much. It's just like help blend my line works with the background, and you have like a lot of things. This one is also interesting. I mean, it's subtracting the colors to it, and you can really create a really nice contrast over there, but that's not what I want right now. So I'm going to settle with multiply, right? And that's what I'm having. And spruce things up, right? Simple signatures will help you along the way. But yeah. All right. Well, that's about it. You know, like in 1 hour. 1 hour only. I mean, less than 1 hour, obviously. You can actually create something, and then based from your references, you know, shapes, basic silhouette of things, and you recreate it in your own way. I mean, like, well, that's not a lot of like design, but imagine if you keep doing this like over time. I mean, imagine how many swords you can come up with. I mean, and those swords are not ended up being used or whatever, but still, you know. So it means you can do this, right? And doesn't matter, because again, the visualization and the message from your visual is what matters, and that's what we need to keep pushing. So for this piece, I guess I'm going to put it on my journal. It's really great. Maybe I'm going to color it a little bit. Well, not going to be blue, so I'm going to put like some, I don't know, some metal colors here and there, some gold here and there, or some bronze, leather, a lot of things. thank you. You know, like, thank you so much for being a part of this, like part of my journal. Well, this is nothing, but still, you know, I'm trying to create simple things more and more, and hopefully this is what this session at least can be relaxing session for everyone not actually joining. Time for, place for us to actually like discuss and chat and stuff like that. And also for the next schedule, if I have my schedule correct later for the streaming, you can feel free to ask things and add your inputs also. So yeah, please do that. I mean, if you have something that you want to ask, or probably you want to improve, or you just know better and want to discuss with others, like, transfer those knowledge. Ooh, I'll be more than happy. Be like that. It's just like pop your thing in the chat or maybe in the comments, and that can be really good. So thank you for the one that watching this in Twitch. Thank you so much for like watching and following, of course. Like, well, it helps. And the one that using YouTube to check this stream out, don't forget to subscribe and like if you like it, and follow. I mean, hey. All right, we'll be back hopefully with some other contents, more and more contents. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Kim, for being here. Hopefully your journey is like lighter in the future. So keep those good things coming, and I will see you very soon. Have a good evening. All right, salam and peace.